Well, the well has been repaired. Yes, things are working fine once again. They had to replace not only the pressure pump, the motor itself, but they also had to replace the pressure tank, which has this bladder in it. So things are working much better now. We have consistent pressure, and things are looking up when it comes to the well. All right, so the well is fixed. Put in a new pressure pump and a new tank. Kind of excited to see what this is going to look like. So we'll walk over there real fast and let's check everything out. Drum roll, please. Ding, ding, ding. I don't see anything different. Oh, there we go. So we got there's the pressure pump. All right, I do some fun stuff there, didn't they? And then we got the new tank. Some new lines. And we got some pressure, which is good. Like that. All right, so it looks like it's all done. Interesting setup. Unlike the other one where the pump was on top of the tank. But hey, you know what? As long as it works, that's all I care about. All right. That's great. We got that going good, and I'm excited for that. Now, my dad didn't have a great night last night. He actually told me, he goes, the room's a mess. I slept on the floor for a few hours. I hate that bed. I don't like it. Your mom picked it out. I know why she picked it out, but I don't like it. I just sink in it. I can't move around. And he just goes on and on. He's been complaining about the bed for several months now. And there's nothing we can really do about it unless we get a new mattress. I've looked in it. I've tried some things. But unless he wants to fork out some money for the mattress, that's not going to happen. And considering we just spent a couple $1,000 to fix the well, I don't think he's really in the mood to spend any more money right now. We had to use some of his stash, some of my stash. We paid in cash to kind of make things a lot easier than trying to transfer some money around. So yeah, unless he wants to spend another like $500-600 for a mattress, he's got like a king size mattress. Yeah, he's going to complain for a while. But had an interesting conversation with him though. He was trying to talk to me, and with Parkinson's, their voice gets a lot lower. They talk a lot, no more like this. You really can't hear them or understand them. So I went and sat right next to him, and he said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm getting worse. It's tougher on me. It's tougher on you guys. Do I need to just go get the sheriff to come here and just shoot me? That's basically what he said. I'm like, no, just hang in there. You're a tough guy. You can do this. We can all do this. We can work our way through all of this. So, interesting conversations with my dad. But later in the day, he was doing a lot better. He had still not eating that great. He had cake and donuts for lunch, and then he had popcorn for dinner. I made a nice pork roast with some mashed potatoes for dinner, but his one caregiver came over right around 4. By the time she got him bathed and dressed and settled in his bed, he usually takes a nap after that, he was sound asleep. So until about 7:30, 8 o'clock, that's when he finally got up, and he wanted popcorn and a Pepsi. So who am I to deny my dad, who's 87 years old, has lived a really good active life? Who am I to say, no, you can't have any popcorn, young man? So that happened. But other than that, things are not too bad right now. He's still slowly deteriorating. They adjusted his meds a week ago, and I think that's helped quite a bit. He still doesn't sleep at night, which I think I've mentioned before. That's been him for a very long time. But once he goes up into his room, he stays there now for the most part. He doesn't roam around, so my son and I, we can both try and get a good night's sleep and not worry about him as much. But still, when you hear a sound, you perk up. And you have to make sure where the sound's coming from and whether he's up walking around or not. Because we have, in the past, both of us been here and heard him fall on the last couple steps of the stairs. And you can't miss that sound. Rushed up there, just had to get him situated once again. But he goes through this. He'll have some really, really, after he has what I told you, my son, I call an episode, After a couple weeks, he starts getting a little bit better. He's a little more active. His brain functions a lot better than it did before, but still gets a little confused. But we know it's going to happen again. Maybe within a month, he'll have another one of these episodes, and we'll start the process all over again. But we love the guy. We're going to keep taking care of him until we can no longer do it. That's today's vlog. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave me any comments if you like. If you have any questions on what's going on here, I feel free to ask them, and I'll answer whatever I can when I have the time. But right now, I need to go check on him before the day's over. All right. Have a good one, guys.